Hey, what's up? What's our BMX podcast, show number 6, doing the Sunday Classic. This is an open show too, so if you are jumping on, jump in the comments. If you have something that happened this weekend, jump in the comments, let me know. So we're going to start off with the last chance qualifier at Sand Springs 2 weeks ago, I think, week and a half ago. Phenomenal. Last chance qualifier for the Max Heatwave Sidehack series. Phenomenal day. There was a lot of mix-up with the points. Of course, there was already a mix-up with a bunch of points from harvesting. So you had Torker still winning it. Esquire still behind him. Oklahoma Outlaws actually made the A-main, which that was pretty awesome. And I think we had 6 or 7 hacks showed up, which was awesome still. Moving right into yesterday's big race, which was phenomenal. The Max Heatwave Sidehack Championship Series Finals, RC BMX, during the 2025 Vintage BMX Nationals. Every year I go there, always cool to see all the old school bikes. And of course the Sidehack. Sidehack was the class to watch. It was the highlight of the day. So we had officially 8 Sidehacks to show up. 2 racks of Sidehacks. Phenomenal, double the action. So, yeah, it was a great day. So, starting with the finals, the points were mixed up all over the place. I'm talking all over the place. It was all over the place. You could possibly be in 4th place. You could go to the finals, take a second, and you'll be up there in the 3rd, 2nd position. It could happen any other way. A few people I kind of want to think about first before actually going into the Sidehack series. David Ramey, Nate Lowell. You guys, I give you a lot of credit, and that's because you guys deserve a whole lot of credit. You guys put on the series. You make it happen. Ed Williams, dude, you are a rock star at handling everything man, you're a rock star, Ed. You take care of us. You make sure everything goes smoothly. And, of course, you are the VIP for the series because of that. The 2 track operators with the tracks that allowed us to host the series, which was Sand Springs BMX. I believe that was Ashley Baker and her husband. I can't think on top of my head, but you guys rock. Sand Springs was an amazing chance to see what Sidehacks can actually do. Hardesty National BMX Stadium, Jacob Nelson, he allowed us to do this series for a 2nd year on Hardesty's track. Fantastic. A lot of carnage, a lot of fun stuff going down. But now, let's get back to the final. So we had something different with the final. And Ed came up with this. I like the idea. I think everybody loved the idea. But he had a deck of cards that we had to all pick for what gate we were in. The motos were already made, and it was just cool. I originally thought it was who's going to be on what moto, highest number, lowest number. So it was all pretty cool. But once we got into the first round, second round, it's phenomenal. Of course, I got stuck with Dark Horse. I believe it was Factory Dad Barbecue. A lot of other cool teams. That was second moto. First moto was Torker, AOS Squared, Chicken Wing, and Team Mediocre, which, if you guys haven't come to a qualifier throughout the series, it's always between Oklahoma Outlaws, Team Mediocre, and Dark Horse, always at each other's throats. It was a blast this year because we were just talking crap about each other. But in the end, we were right there, right next to each other, which was always awesome. Of course, we chase Dark Horse into the A main. AOS Square, Torker, they chase each other straight into the A main. While Mediocre, Chicken Wing, Eagle One, Factory Dad Barbecue went right into the B main. In the A main was phenomenal because it was all the heavy hitters of the series. You had Torker, S Squared, Oklahoma Outlaws, and the Dark Horse Racing team. Phenomenal. We put on a heck of a show. We were right there. But at the very end, it all comes down to who's going to win, who's going to take home that championship jersey. Of course, it's one of the fastest teams that we have on the series, and that was AOS Squared, which they rock. I can't wait to race them at the Grands. Hopefully we get in the same moto. Hopefully we just duke it out with them once more. So in the A main, the results was pretty much S Squared, Dark Horse, Oklahoma Outlaws, and Torker, which they were helping everybody else. B main, it was Team Mediocre, it was Chicken Wing, it was Eagle One, and then Factory Dad Barbecue. Those guys were awesome. All the racing was awesome all day long. I didn't get a chance to watch everybody, but if you were at Vintage Nationals, you saw me on the Sidehack, or I actually raced the pit bike class, which is a 16-inch bike, and what a race. I could only stand 2 rounds. So yeah, I took third pit bike, third in Sidehack. Got a really cool belt out of it, which I'll send a picture later on here. But man, what a day. And all in all, it was a great day. Got to see some people I haven't seen in a while. Got to see some BMX National Hall of Fame legends, because it is the National BMX Hall of Fame weekend. Yeah, so I got to see people like Hollywood Mike Miranda. I got to see Eddie Fiola, Stu Thompson. I mean, everyone else that, even Oklahoma Hall of Fame legends like Dale Riley, or even the Illinois, I believe it was the Illinois BMX Hall of Fame, showed up, had a tent. It was phenomenal. They had a great setup. We had our own setup, which was right there on the edge of the street, but still, we had a setup for a podcast, promote some events coming up. I had a few of my bikes, which was awesome. Like, I got to bring in my newest one, which I can't wait to build up later this year. So yeah, at the end of the day, the award ceremony, they brought out, like, of course, the bike show awards. Then they got off to the Sidehack awards, which Sand Springs BMX and Stay Rad awards came together and produced one of the coolest awards I've ever got in my 13-year BMX career, which was a wrestling belt that said Max Heatwave Sidehack Series, third place or first or second or third, first. I mean, it was all cool. Then, of course, afterwards, we went out. I believe one of the riders' parents actually had goodie bags, which I haven't even looked in mine yet until now. So we're going to kind of go through. I've heard there's so many funny things that goes with it. Because we have a group chat throughout the series, like talking about, oh yeah, this event, let's kind of get ready for this weekend. But, man, I heard this one takes the cherry on the top of everything that we've been saying to each other all year long. So let's kind of get through this. See what this is. This one actually fell out, so I think it's Chesney Craig. Thank you for the goodie bags. Like I said, I haven't opened mine up till now, so here we go. I hope you guys are, Chesney Craig is watching, because you put this together very well. I know David Ramey loved it. I know everybody else loved it. So, like, of course. So, first thing out of the bag, we have grippy socks, so you don't fall off. So pretty much old man socks with little bills on the bottom. That's funny. And of course, Chesney, you put some good stuff in here with good quotes. Of course, this is pain relieving patch in case your arthritis starts aching up again. That's some good stuff, man. That's some good stuff. Package of tissues. You might need these after the races. Yeah, if you're gonna cry. Oh gosh. These are for the older guys, so of course David Ray, all the older guys on the hack. Also, I didn't even notice this, but my monkey kind of brought this up. He Chad Brock is the oldest guy in the Sidehack class right now in the Heatwave Sidehack series. So this next one's like a pill box. That's why I said for all the old guys. Next year, take your crazy pills before you sign up to race us. Yeah, we're crazy. What is this? Oh, batteries. Maybe next time you'll replace your hearing aids batteries so you can hear your wife tell you you're not crazy for entering. Yeah. Some good stuff, man. Some good stuff. Mints to freshen your breath after all the crap talking. We did a bunch of that this year. I think more than last year. Flushable wipes. At your age, you can never trust a fart. Daniel Douglas, you know what I'm talking about. I seen that picture. You and Craig. Of course, at every race, Lucy does suck. All these funny jokes. I know, of course, the Dark Horse Racing team didn't get in on all the smack talking this year, but they need to get on the smack talk because it was just funny all year long. Denture cream. Don't lose your teeth on the track. All the old guys. Oh, I didn't even know this was actually part of it. Don't worry, they aren't snickering at you. They are snickering with you. Can't go wrong without Snickers. You ain't you when you're hungry. This is the last item. So this is, I guess, the old person started here, but you already know that, right? Like a little candy. Man, again, thanks, Chesney Craig. You did an awesome job for some of our riders. Core Bierman, he put together an awesome little goodie bag for every single side hack racer out there. Thanks to Dan's Comp. Thank the Beer Budget BMX. You guys are awesome. Beer Budget BMX is a big supporter of our podcast, and I couldn't thank them enough. Especially Corey Beardman. He's been helping me out a whole lot. There's still a couple of things that we're still working with our upgrades. We should be having a microphone pretty soon, thanks to Corey Beardman. Donated a set of microphones. So he's a huge support in this podcast. There's a lot of people that I have to thank because a lot. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have the urge to come back and do podcasts like I used to. If you guys remember me doing the Cupcakes BMX podcast, it was kind of like a 2-3 year short-lived podcast, and I just got burned out on it. Didn't really have the time to do it, but now I'm here. I'm back. I have everything rebuilt the way I really wanted in the beginning. So yeah, Vintage Nationals, fantastic Sidehack series finals. Man, it was too fun. Too much fun. Another thing with okay, so I went to the BMX museum while I was at the Vintage Nationals. Highly recommend it if you've never been. Go to the USA BMX headquarters or RC National BMX Stadium, to the National BMX Hall of Fame and Museum. You'll never get disappointed from that. Everything always changes. There's always a new thing or two in there that you've never seen. I personally have a carbon fork that's on display in there, along with the carbon section, which the fork that I donated, I've raced on for 2-3 years. Thought it was time to kind of retire it, put it up. They didn't have the first gen answer forks. I had the fork, so I donated it. So if you've ever in the Tulsa area, go check it out. If you're coming from East Coast or West Coast, and you're somewhere around the Tulsa area, the trip is worth it. Stop by and say hi to my buddy Gort, who runs the museum. He's an awesome guy, National Hall of Famer, and I recently found out that he is a old school side hacker, which, man, I showed him a bunch of pictures throughout the weekend. The one thing that he has not seen in a long time that side hackers needs to be bringing back, and that's the contact. Because it's the gladiators in the 80s, 70s. But now that David Ramey and Nate, they brought all of us together, and we're happy to show that the 80s is still here. The gladiators of that age is still here, and it's coming through the new generation. So, and if you guys remember, a few months back, I went with one of my buddies to Stillwater, Oklahoma for the Guy Cooper's event out there. He has a bunch of old school bikes. They had a vintage race on day 1 and 2. Day 1, it was pretty much like 70s, 80s, 90s cruisers, side hack, and pit bikes. So, a month ago, someone said something about, oh yeah, you were in one of these new magazines. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll check it out. I'll get one when I get to the finals. I pull up, go get into the museum, look for the magazine that someone mentioned to me. Said, dude, you're in it. So for the Guy Cooper's Fest 2025, I'm right here. Guys, I'm racing the pit bike. That's pretty neat, man. If you ever go to Tulsa to the headquarters, grab one of these. I'm right here. And so this year is the 40th anniversary of the National BMX Hall of Fame. So it was a huge one. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony, but man, I got to watch it live on YouTube. And man, I got to learn a lot about the old school riders that made our sport what it is. It was pretty cool because they're pioneers. One of my favorite was the Torker rider. She just started because her friend was part of it, introduced it to her, and took off with it. It's really cool how I love hearing those stories of how you join BMX and how people get into the sport. But at the end of the show, Shane Fernandez got on there, Cash Matthews got on there, and a lot of people on here probably knows Cash Matthews. He's an amazing dude. I got to meet him a few years ago. Been friends with him ever since. Got to ride with him a few times. Got to come cross paths with him at Guy Cooper's or Vintage Nationals, Grand Nationals. So for 19 years, and this is what I'm just learning now, in 19 years, he was the MC for the National BMX Hall of Fame. And for those 19 years, he's done a great job. I don't think anyone can fill those shoes of what he has done, he has accomplished, and contribute to BMX. So, Cash, if you're jumping on here, dude, great job. And I hope you enjoy your retirement from the MC position. Once again, you've done a great job. And congrats. Congrats. I mean, I don't think anyone can do any better than you can. So, let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. So we have a couple events coming up the same weekend. In 2 weeks, 2 weeks, we have the Jones Center Bike Festival coming to Springdale, Arkansas at the Runway Bike Park. So, here's the rundown of the event. Friday from 5 to 8, there will be a free barbecue. Come out, play some games, there'll be bike raffles, donations, all kinds of good fun on a Friday night to kick off the event. Saturday is a big 2-part event. So I'm going to go with the second part and then come back to the first part. The second part of the day is pretty much the Jones Center Pump Track Championship race. So come on out. It's for all ages. Registration right now is $25. It will go up the day of the race. Not the final, just the race, because it's just one race. Come out. I believe Hyper's going to have their jump squad. They're going to have a tent vendor. A lot of vendors are going to be showing up. Coca-Cola is one of the biggest sponsors of this year, which is awesome. I love hearing about the big sponsors. And the first part of the events of the day So last year I got to help out with planning the event. This year I got to be on full time and help plan this event. So one of the big events, and it's my first time hosting it. Of course, it's on the flyer. It says Northwest Arkansas BMX Podcast, but I'm the one that's putting it together. It is the first, it's the inaugural Jones Center Vintage BMX Show. So we're going to be setting up at 9:30. The show starts at 10 and goes until 1 o'clock. Now, we are still working on the times. They will be out by middle of next week. We're still working on the planning and stuff. There will be awards. There will be judging. We're still looking around for a judge, which we're asking around some pretty high-up BMX names. So we're still getting there. So for the judging, here's the categories. We are going to have 70s, 80s, 90s mid school, survivor, and the judge's pick. And so you have 5 awards, you have 5 chances to get an award. Come out, show your best bike. We may have donuts, we may have coffee. Just come out, hang out, watch some good old racing while you're out there displaying your bikes. It's going to be a good time, guys. And so that'll be October 3rd, which is the free barbecue, Friday. Saturday, October 4th, is the Vintage Bike Show and the Pump Track Race. So hope to see you guys out there. It's going to be a good event. Last year was not a great event because of the rain. I was out there with a blower trying to blow out the track to make it look good. So hopefully you guys, if you're in the area, I know there's a national going on in Texas. If you're not going down towards Texas, come on over, race some pump track, have some fun, look at some vintage bikes. It's gonna be a rad event, guys. So I think that's about it because it's been a long week. It's been a long day yesterday. So I'm gonna kind of keep this a little bit short. But if you guys have anything, let me know down in the comments. And any other thing that we can really talk about. One other thing before I do jump off here, I've been actually getting some updates about NWA BMX. So if you guys don't have a subscription about the USA BMX Pool magazines, in the magazine, I think it's towards the center of the magazine, you have ABA Ethos. So they're a off branch of USA BMX, track development and everything else. So they go in, they build tracks. So on the list, there was a dot that I seen. It was in Northwest Arkansas. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We have something going on. So they actually had a list on the side that said Pea Ridge, Arkansas. And then it has oh yeah, this track is going to be a development for the riders that was dislocated from the original location in Lowell, Arkansas. So a lot of stuff is going on. I got to talk a little bit about what I can say is, there's stuff I can and cannot say, but stuff I can say is it's happening. I know you can't really see it to believe it, but it's going to be coming sooner or later. I know on Pool Magazine it said third quarter of 2026, which it could be between July and September. It could be any time of that. But there is a list, guys. Every track has a list. And so the way that it was explained to me, there was several things on that list that has to be met before we could have they can pull the trigger to get the track rolling. Right now, it's just the dirt. Everything's there, almost everything that the list entitles. So their Walk Foundation is still working on it. BOC BMX is still working on it. Track layout looks sketched up, looks cool, unique. Can't wait to race on it. Let's see how much time. Okay, we got a little bit. Actually, if you guys don't even know, I'm actually in Branson, Missouri, getting ready for a concert. A little R&R time, a little bit downtime of having 4 Sidehack qualifiers in the Sidehack final. Gold Cup final South Central is coming up next weekend. If you guys are going to be going, good luck, guys. All you guys been going out there. Try to get a plate. Good luck. This year, it was up in the air for me, and I had to really think hard about if I really wanted to go or not. I kind of picked on not going just because it just didn't seem worth it for me, especially without a track. I haven't really trained much. The guy I was going against, I know he was going to beat me anyway, so I decided not to and stay back and get ready for Grands, because that is the next big thing that I'm worried about for my season. Grands, Rock, the Sidehacks race at Grands, that's a big one for me. And so, yeah, I think the next big race I'm looking forward is Grands. And so, as far as I know right now, we will be doing, I believe, 2 shows at Grands. We're going to do one at the Sidehack qualifier, and we will be doing one, I believe, on Friday of that week. I think it'll be on Friday of that week of day 2 at Rock. It's going to be, it'll probably be in the pro practice for the night show. It'll be right before the night show. So if we do qualify, jump on, we'll go through, do some interviews. We're going to have some special guests coming up. We didn't have a special guest today. Everyone's tired from this weekend, so let everybody rest. I believe that's about it, but thanks, guys, for jumping on. Cool. Yeah, thanks, guys, for jumping on. I appreciate it. I try to do one of these once a week. Sometimes it's a hard order to do, but hey, you got a schedule, you got a life. But I'm going to try to do this once a week. I hope you guys like, comment, and share this page. Can't wait to do this next week. Hope to see you guys later. See you later.